Hey guys, I haven't made a video in a while. I got a request though to show the main differences between a non-sport G35 and a sport model G35. This applies to pretty much every year, just as long as the difference between a rear-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive regular and a rear-wheel drive sport. Applies for the first generation and the second generation coupe and sedan. I will focus on some key differences though in the second generation sedans. Alright, I'm going to start out with the outside. The sport models get a different front bumper. It's got these little swoop deals on the side and a lower front air dam. The standard ones have front bumpers similar to the first generation sedans, which has just a bigger opening on each side versus the 3 openings. The other thing that not a lot of people also notice is the side skirts are different on the sport models as well. They flare out a little bit more versus the regular ones, which are more just like straight down, don't have as aggressive as a look. The other thing is on these sport models, this applies only to the rear wheel drives, is the 18-inch wheels, which come with two 25 50 18s in the front and two 45 50 18s in the back. They're staggered setup, so you can't rotate. The standard models, you can get a performance wheel and tire package, which comes with these wheels, but they're only the 225s all the way around. You don't get the 245s. Same with the all-wheel drive sport models. They're all 225s as well. They just do that because the all-wheel drive systems don't really like the staggered setups that much. And I think they were just trying to make it so you could rotate it a little bit more. The rear of the car is the same, except for, of course, you got your little sport badge, but everything else is the same. Going inside of the car is where you'll notice more of the differences. 6-speed mainly here, but also the automatic sport models. You get this automatic sport models get these bolstering seats which adjust on the insides and the bottoms. They also give you this pull-out thigh support. Everything's controlled right here. But these seats just really hold you in well. They're very supportive seats. On the standard ones, they're going for a little bit more comfort rather than sport. A little wider, a little more comfortable. So if you're into that a little bit more, they're also more comfortable on road trips. 6-speed wise with the sport interior, you'll notice if you've ever sat in a G35 before, this is different on the automatics. It's completely different from here down. This kind of lifts up a little bit, and you have your automatic here to go into drive, and then you have 2 cup holders which are right here, as well as the little heated seat controls. On these, it's dropped down a little bit lower, so it's more easier to shift and more ergonomic. And then you have your emergency brake, which is also a reason I think this is all shaped differently, because this is up here for the manual transmissions. And then you also get the horizontally opposed cup holders. Instead of the 2 that are side by side, you get 2 that are front and back. And then the center console is also smaller. You don't get the big center console, and it's not as lifted up, and it's not as high, so it's a little less comfortable than the automatic armrest, which is just this big massive thing, and it's padded real nice. But this is nice. Also on the automatics, if you get a sport model, they'll have the paddle shifters connected to the steering column, and you can actually get paddle shifters for the standard ones or your all-wheel drive. You can buy the kit and install them yourself. You just have to wire them into the steering column. But other than that, everything is pretty much the same on the standard and the sport, other than the seats. And the center console here is different. Performance upgrades on the rear-wheel drive and manual sport models give you a little stiffer sport suspension, bigger anti-roll bars, as well as a limited slip differential. You don't get that on the rear-wheel drive non-sports. You just have an open diff. What else? The all-wheel drive sport models, it's not really a performance upgrade. I mean, you get the paddle shifters and you get the seats, but you don't get the staggered wheels or the stiffened suspension. It's basically just an appearance package on the all-wheel drives to get the sport package. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. Big key differences you'll notice on the first generations to get the sport package. This one's obviously been modified, but they come with an 18-inch wheel option that wasn't available on the standard G sedans. These are 19s from a coupe, but they come with 18-inch wheels that look very similar to that. And you can't get a performance wheel and tire package on the first generation. So the best way to tell if those are a sport package is if it's got the 18-inch wheels. The interior of these cars, you can kind of see it. It's got just an elongated center console, and then the shifter with the same style center console as the second generation. In the automatics, it's the big armrest with the shifter, and then you got the side-by-side cup holders. Seats in the automatics and the manuals are the exact same in the first generations, and other than the same performance gains that you get out of these with the sport package with the upgraded struts and springs, these are pretty much the same. You just get the limited slip differential. 03, 04 did not have a limited slip diff, or maybe 04 did. I know 03 didn't, but those were still an open diff on the sport packages. But yeah, those are pretty much the key differences between the sport and the non-sport. It's basically just cosmetic crap, and then the wheels and the suspension and the center consoles are different. Everything else is pretty much the same. Alright guys, we'll talk to you later. Bye.